people are going, oh my god, how strong is he? Oh my god, what's the relationship with his dad? Oh my god, what could his fruit be? What about the fact that he's cute? What about the fact that he is absolutely adorable? He's so big, I could very well do a tap dance on his titties. Yatatata, yatatata, yatatata.
Okay, so I've been like genuinely nervous to record this one just because like it was so unbelievably fucking dense. Like there was so much going on here that like I was like I don't even know where to begin. So I've like literally like procrastinated on recording this, which is crazy for a leisurely activity that I like to do. But I figured, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna go in, like, you know, rip the band-aid off. Let's do this. This was one of the densest chapters we've gotten in a while, and so you know what? Fuck it, let's dive right in here. What I wanted to do originally is I was going to do like a screen capture where I go through the chapter like panel by panel and talk about it, but I realized like Toei is not Toei, fucking who owns the One Piece? Shonen Jump? Is it Shueisha? Is that the company? Shueisha is like notoriously bad about like anyone that shows like new chapter manga, even in a reactory matter, which is fair use. Like anyone that shows the full chapter gets like fucking their ass handed to them. Like genuine strikes, not even like warning, you know, like, so I decided to stay clear from that and just like, you know, you could follow along on the chapter. You'll get a sense of where I'm at by talking about it. So if you want to tab over, open up the chapter as I go, that's probably the best approach, because I will get my ass handed to me if I if I try to you know, and show the chapter. Anyway, let's dive right in. This Yamato story is still, cover story is still kicking. I'm not complaining. Yamato is my son and I love him to death. He's like my favorite character ever. So by all means, keep the Yamato story going. I honestly don't know where it's going anymore, because I feel like the narrative part of it is kind of concluded now. It's just like they're dilly-dallying, but whatever. They gave Kawamatsu a nice hat. Okay. Yeah. So let's dive into the chapter. So of course Gabon is like, you know, this is kind of predicted. Like he seems to have some form of conquer. Like this was probably like pretty widely predicted, is that he seemed to have some form of conqueror's hockey that can take out Holy Knights in their like sort of emu branded immortality. I think everyone kind of called that Gabon. That's like what the big thing that Gabon is going to teach Luffy. Like, you know, the big thing with Rayleigh was like just mastering hockey more generally. I feel like the hockey in like Gear 4 maybe. So it's like kind of, they have to have that parallel of like something that Gabon can give Luffy. And it also made something click for Loki. He seems like it seems like he's been way closer to it, is the sense I get. Like he like was almost, like, Luffy doesn't really know, you know, but I feel like Loki was like almost there, and this is like what kind of made him click. So I feel like Loki seems like he'll be in a place where like once he enters battle, he'll be able to do it. That's the sense I get, at least from the battling here. Yeah, so they you know, I I love like how like, there's another group that uses Conqueror's hockey, and like, and Sanji's like, oh, it's me, it's Zoro. That was really funny. And Zoro's like, I have that, I didn't even know, and he's like, of course you did. Zoro being like, my bad about it. And you could see like when Haryunin like yells back at Loki, he like sniffles. It's like you can't see his eyes under the bandages, but he starts to cry. Like it really, like, he really cares. You know, and of course Luffy, God, you never, you know, like Luffy has this intuition where he knows the true nature of people. It seems like that's like one of his like special gifts. And when he said join my crew, I'm like, oh, this sealed the deal for me that Loki is good, like deep down, and I'm loving Loki so far. Like I don't know, I'm starting to get that Yamato feeling. I made a post on Blue Sky the other day that was like, if I had a nickel for for every time Oda made me start crushing on a character that has horns, is a prince, that is assumed to be evil at first but is actually good, and that Luffy asked to join the crew, I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice, especially at close proximity to each other. I'm starting to love Loki, and it seems like MelonTee's on my side on that, so I'm not alone. But then Luffy's like, join my crew. If he does that, you can't complain if I free him. But I know it probably won't happen, but wouldn't it be fucking funny if it's just like they're just the Straw Hats are on the ship, and it's just Loki is like he's like his legs, his feet to his back is like the entire length of like the Sunny. He might even be bigger. I don't know. Oh yeah, he would be bigger because they like one of the giants carried the Sunny pretty easily before, right? I think. Maybe I'm misremembering, but yeah. Yeah, like Loki screams at him, and he still has the biggest smile on his face. That's how you know. That's how you know. Like he could see right past all the bullshit. And Luffy's like, I can't wait to see how he fights. No, I love how like Gaban was like, like, okay, fuck this shit. Fuck this all argument. Like, there's clear that we just don't have all of the story here. Like, stop fucking around. Sit down. We're getting to the bottom of this right now. We're discussing this. Like we're dealing with this now. Like, I loved that conversation. It was just like, yeah, like, okay, finally some rationality. Like, I never understand in fiction when like characters do like keep this misunderstanding going forever. At least Gaban is like, okay, shut the fuck up. What actually happened? Let's get it out clear so we can understand. Before we move on. So then we get into the flashback, which is like layers of flashback within flashback. It's crazy. We're gonna get so much like from this, I think. So we go into the flashback, and let me read it as we go. So it seems like there's already the bad reputation of Loki here, but like, of course, but like, not Hardy. Jarul doesn't seem to like. It's not the level where like Jarul's like has animosity towards him. He's just like, like it seems like they're like not too bad. God, that fucking shot of Loki kicking the door. I love him. I love him. Yeah, and then we see. Yeah, so we only see the silhouette of King Harold in this situation, but it's all his knights are trying to kill him and stop him. It's clear that he probably got Domi reversied. There's a horn. This is after he ripped out his horns, and there's some sort of horn, demonic horn, sticking out of him. Like, at first I thought it was one of the spear tips, but the spears and where they're going, we could see all of them. There's no one holding a spear that's getting into that. And he's way bigger than he normally is, because if you remember, these are all giants surrounding him. So he's way bigger than his usual stature. So it's pretty clear that we're supposed to interpret this as being Domi reversed. And then it cuts away to Gaban's house. I love his house. It's like, he's such a Wano fanboy, and I don't think we know really why yet. He has this Japanese bonsai tree like style little house on the side of a cliff there. I love it to death that he has a hot spring, and he was wearing the hat earlier. He's a weeaboo. He's definitely a weeaboo. Yeah, so this is 10 years after Roger's death. And God, MelonTeee is going to be eating good this chapter. I think she just released she just streamed her reaction. I'm going to go back and watch it. But when Shanks says, "I honestly wanted to be a carefree bio with Buggy," life's complete. That's all he wanted. God, MelonTee's going to be eating good. Understandable. This is Gavan says, understandable. You were a child of destiny. But let's not dwell on trippy chocolates today, Shanks. Like, what? Excuse me? Let's not talk about this insane just the guy dropped. I don't know what that means. It could be like, I tend to believe it's something. I tend to believe it's something big. But, it could be one of those like misdirect like red herring lines where it's just the fact that he was a pirate that was born with the celestial dragon blood, or there's some sort of prophecy around him. Maybe there's a prophecy in like Mary Joie or something around him. Because there's some reason, because we see we see when on his arm before he lost it, he has the symbol. So, and we kind of put together that he went back to Mary Joie and operated as a holy knight after, like, I think we just don't know enough yet, because after Roger's death and after the whole fallout with Buggy and everything, he went back to Mary Joie and he operated as a holy knight. He it seems like based on like all like their journey, they would have known about Emu and the true nature of the world anyway, but why would he go back at that point? Maybe he had a mission, like a personal mission that he was on, that he was trying to achieve there. Or it could be something like, what's your default when you're end of a long journey and you have no next step? You go back to your family, That's kind of the default. Even like, so I think it could be one of those two ways. I just don't know if Shanks would like inherently go back to such what he could likely understood to be such a fucked up institution at that point. But yeah, he definitely seems to be all indications that he was a holy knight too, for at least some time being. Okay, let's keep going again. Yeah, you got any stories about Yasa? Yeah, he's like, anytime we made it to a port, there were who knows how many. Fucking Gavan stops him right there. So yeah, because here Shanks says, I met King Harold at Mary Joie, and they got along. We couldn't speak freely in the whole land, but now that they're both in this country, I really want to talk to him before it's too late. So that leads me to think that Shanks was there doing, like, operating in Mary Joie for a reason. Like, he had a goal there. He wasn't just there back because that's the default, going back to his family. But that was also, like, right when, what happened with, with King Harold coming back. And then we see a figure walk up to, this is the Forbidden Devil through passed down with an Elbaf. Which seems to be what Loki ate, which we don't really know the power for. But then we flash back to a flashback within the flashback, and we get we're getting a King Harold flashback, who was the former captain of the giant warrior pirates, and he seems to be menacing. Like, he seems to be a villainous force. That's good. But I also see a lot in this page or this spread here of, like, Odin and how Odin started. Odin was a menace at the beginning, and then he turned out to be like one of the most altruistic people of the series. So I definitely see there might be some like Odin reminiscence that we're trying to glean from this. But as much as I was interested to see what's going on in the current story, I think this is the appropriate time to jump to deep flashback, because we're right in between like a failed battle and going to like the real battle, So it makes sense. It makes sense that, but yeah, like everyone loves King Harold now. Kind of like how everyone revered Odin before the like without minus the propaganda, of course, that Orochi implemented. But now here they're saying he was pure scum. So I definitely feel like they might be leading in a, in a direction like that. Nice touch that we see the like the helmet that the skull with the horns that fucking, oh my god, I can't remember his name. The shitty guy in the New Giant Pirates was wearing right when they captured, like that's on the head of the Giant Pirate ship, Giant Warrior Pirate ship. So that's probably where I got the inspiration from. It might be on the New Giant Warrior Pirate ship too. I don't even know, but yeah, it's like I said, so unbelievably dense here, so much going on. This made me just love Loki even more as a character, and I think once we see actually what's going on with Loki, he's gonna be one of my tops. He's gonna be one of my like problematic favorites. I can see it happening already. I'm just and MelonTeee and I are on the same page, and that leaves me in good company. So but yeah, like I don't think there's any chance just because logistically of Loki joining the crew, but like it is, we're definitely meant to, like there's definitely a clear parallel here between Loki and Yamato and where they start off in the arc and like how that progresses. So I'm definitely getting that energy. So yeah, that's kind of like, this was shorter than I thought. I didn't think I thought there was gonna be way more, so it wasn't that daunting. We made it through everything I wanted to talk about. But phenomenal chapter. This was this felt like significantly longer and more dense than like usual. I could be like, just because of the amount of content that was packed in such a amount of time, I could be like not. Well, you know what, we can go on Viz. I was using a TCB. I pay for Viz, so I feel like okay in using TCB because I'm actively giving Viz money, But a lot of people are so adamantly against using like scanlations, and I'm like, I'd be fine using Viz and waiting till Sunday, waiting 2 extra days, if it wasn't like the fucking formatting on Viz, like in the web reader especially. In the app it's okay, but in the web reader especially is just so bad. Like it's small, you can't really like frame it right, zoom in. It's like 2 pages at once. It doesn't work for me. I know it's meant to mimic the magazine format of Shonen Jump, but like, I don't know. I'm not a fan. So that's just one of my pet peeves. But why did I come on here again? Oh, I was gonna see how many pages it was. So it's 20 pages. Let's see how much. I feel like chapters are normally shorter. I feel like I'm right on that front. Let's go to 150. This is 18 pages, 151, 18 pages. So they're usually 18 pages, and this one was 20. That seems about right. It did feel a little longer. I feel like we got a lot more content. This was a phenomenal chapter, and it's not a break week next week. We're getting a new chapter next Friday, so I am very, very excited to see what happens next. I say this all the time, but I'm just so lucky to be like a One Piece fan during this stretch. Like, we're in the peak. It's fucking insane that we're 20 something years into this series and we're in its peak. Like this is like this egghead like Elbaf stretch has been the best part of the series so far. So God, yeah, I love it so much, and that's about it for this week. So thank you guys for watching. Bearing with me as I tried to barrel through everything that was in this chapter, and we'll see you guys with more soon.